Hi guys, we're from Hub. My name's Edie,
I'm Megan.
and we're really excited that 2026 Gather Round is about to start from the 9th to the 12th of April in South Australia.
So I don't really know much about football or the AFL, which is why we're here. And
Exactly.
I have some little pictures of Guernseys, and I'm going to be ranking them based purely on looks and nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think I've only got the top 8, and we're about to also find out why that's important. I don't know why that's important.
Well, funny that you ask. The top 8 is about who gets into the finals after the home and away season, and it's calculated based on essentially the amount of games you win. So every game you win, you get 4 points, and then the team with the most amount of points at the end of the year gets to go into the finals to eventually play for the grand final. And there's also a thing called like percentage points, which sometimes helps you to like get into the 8 as well, especially if your team's like 5 to 12. It's a bit of a hot contest, and that's percentage points is based off of how much you win by and how little you lose by. So that's how it's worked out. Yeah.
Very cool. So what is the Gather Round and why is it so important?
So Gather Round is a relatively new concept that our South Australian Premier Peter Malinowskis worked with the AFL to create kind of like a carnival of football, kind of similar to what they have in Melbourne just before the grand final happens, where there's lots of like events and things like that. So all 18 teams come to South Australia and play one game in one round. And most of them play at Adelaide Oval, but some of them play games in the hills, like at Mount Barker, or some of them play at Norwood Oval. But the whole crux of it is that every team comes to South Australia to play, creates a really fun atmosphere. Lots of people wear their Guernseys all week long. There's also some like events and things like that in Elder Park, which is a really fun vibe if you want to watch the footy or if you just want to hang out.
Cool. I'm just about done here. Last team to put up.
All right.
So I've gone number 1 up here,
Yep.
down, and then all the way to number 8 here on the right.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
choices there. Any particular reason why you chose these colours?
I think the actual like the pattern had a lot to do with it because there's like a lot of stripes I find in the AFL.
Yep.
So, you know, the more unique the pattern, I think the better. And also the colours, like there are some pretty interesting colour combinations out there.
There are. I think because a lot of the older clubs, like for example, like the Western Bulldogs or North Melbourne, or Hawthorn, they've been around for a long time. So their colour choices are probably not as trendy as they once were.
Yeah. Well, the Gold Coast Suns are quite a new team, aren't they?
They are, 2011.
I think that's helped with their selection.
Yes, they
and
have
getting ranked
very nice
first.
colours. And the Gold Coast Guernsey is based on how the Gold Coast has a nice sunset. And they actually sometimes have blue in their Guernsey for the beaches, which is very nice.
Interesting. Yes.
Yeah. So then you've gone Port
yeah.
next.
Yeah, I think because we've got like a couple different versions of certain uniforms. Can you tell me a bit about that?
So teams probably have about maybe 5 or 6 different Guernseys. So the main one is their like home Guernsey that they wear at games where they're the home team. They also, if they're playing away, they might have an away Guernsey, but they also wear white shorts. Sometimes they don't wear white shorts depending if they're on special circumstances. And then they also have one for Indigenous rounds, which represents the maybe someone from the club or someone their cultural connection to the club, but still uses their colours. They also might have like Heritage Round, which is important for clubs that have been around for hundreds of years, like Collingwood or Geelong or Hawthorn. And then also recently they've been doing the Gather Round ones, obviously, to get people in the spirit of Gather Round, which is really fun. I think they're they're the core ones. They have them for like Anzac Day as well. So
Yeah, I think that they really help because obviously they would be slightly like more updated designs.
Yep.
As they're designing them, as like each round kind of comes.
They get fun with the colours in those special rounds.
So I really think that that's helped Port with their case. Kind of makes them pop a bit more than their
regular one.
Home.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we've got the Hawks at the bottom. I have to say, I'm not too keen on the like brown and yellow.
They've got some hard colours to work with, I think. They're
Yeah. And the most, I have to say, basic pattern design as well, I think. Like, there's quite a few teams with just some stripes, as you can even see just with the top 8 teams.
I think that when the Guernseys were first being made, and they were probably a bit less, they had less technical skills to be able to make the Guernseys when they were woolly knit vests, it probably was a lot easier to knit straight stripes than it was now with their beautiful mass-produced Guernseys that are very aerodynamic.
Lovely. Well, Edie here has the actual ranking of the top 8 teams in
which
the
will be
AFL.
different probably to when you see this. So
yes. Let's go ahead.
All right. Gold Coast.
Oh, we've got a match.
Western Bulldogs.
Okay.
Oh, we've got another match.
There we go.
Sydney Swans. Hawthorn.
Great.
Which
up a bit higher than expected.
That's
based
okay.
on the fashion.
Oh, Fremantle.
We got another
match. You're doing quite well, I reckon.
Yeah. North Melbourne.
Another
match.
Yep. And Port Adelaide, which is not a match. And Adelaide, which is also not a match.
There we go. Well,
but I think you did a relatively good job. So maybe this says something about teams need to have cuter uniforms. Gold Coast does have a very cute uniform, but they also have Christian Petrarca, which,
you need to look good to play good.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
agree.
the message here.
Yeah. Maybe they can get some fun designs on their socks next.
Yeah. Cool. Well, make sure you get involved in the Gather Round if you're here in SA. There's lots of great things to do.
Even if you're not interested in football, it's still a fun atmosphere to go down to Elder Park and just sit and hang out with everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. All right. See ya.
See you around. Bye.
Bye.